Here comes the offense on first down. Leaves it with the back. Got room at the 35. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
They're down to the 32-yard line on first and 10. Headed for the corner on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Falcons want to pick up the tempo. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. To the air. It's Bazelak. Unleashes to the end zone. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Dogs. The defense puts 6 on board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
These guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I'll show you. I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job of making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter. They tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Stewart. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So he gets stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaches.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Bazelak. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. Splits the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. Coming out with it, it's Bell. Looking for a productive play on first down. It's a reverse. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Wide receivers, running backs, you see them. They're interchangeable now. You see each playing different positions and handing the ball to wide receivers like you get here. You know, wide receivers are getting the ball more and more in space, but you're also trying to hand them the football so they can make some plays, get more touches, especially those good guys. Not a great game, but definitely a good job of getting wide receiver involved.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got him down to the 25. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. First and goal for the offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, it's a really nice job by the defense there, anticipating that they might see jet sweep here down close to the goal line. Good play.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Well, when you're backed up on the goal line like this, you've got to play quick with your eyes. You've got to be able to react to where the football is. It's not easy to do on these jet sweeps, but the defense did it there.
Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it.
And it's picked off at the goal line. Bringing the heat. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Bazelak. He'll off one deep down the left side. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Man, how about that? You come out of a locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club, come out, now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I love when players understand these situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. It's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wants to throw on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Etienne.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you. Running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. That is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get rounded up.
Dropping back, it's Bazelak. Got his man on the outside. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Falcons want to crank the tempo. The play action fake. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first in the half as they'll make some adjustments. Well, the offense is taking a chance here, staying on the field inside its own 40. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, defenses play zone. All eyes are on the game. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. On the ready? They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Hard running there.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Trying to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll try it this time from the 7 after getting knocked back. It's 3rd and goal. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Georgia.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock. When you score, go up by 2 possessions. Nail, beat, Coughlin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Looks as if they'll go for 2 with the subtlety of a sledgehammer with all these big guys. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, BG.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
To the air, it's Bazelak. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and now they're down by 7. What a lift that can give your team. Take a kickoff back 88 to the house. They're sending out the regular kickoff unit. I know they've got a couple of timeouts, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock to pass on the onside kick. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the 4th quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. You know, there's no real reason to panic when you think about it, when it's panicking ever really counts. But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics. I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things. Find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more.
You really trash, bro. How you let Bowling Green even get points?
Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports. Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Trojans will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. A first down for the offense. He'll keep it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. They go to the wide receiver screen. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best. And this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good pass.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
First down here for the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's marked. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quick pass on the jet motion. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
going to find his man on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels,
And he breaks into the open. At the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
offensive line can be a crack. I'll move the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you see that this defense on their heels.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Branch. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
More base base.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. And the Trojans are in the hurry up. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Handoff from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Feeling some heat. Finds his man and they convert. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. And a good, solid pickup for the defense cuts him down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. They'll run play action. Coming after him. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll leave the offense out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Well, jet sweep pass. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Working that wide receiver screen. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. DB's right up on the receiver. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. Just taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher. But he's got to get the ball up and make a play, come down. Nice job by the defender, just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Got it past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Going up top on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the ball slipped out. Defense swarming on that loose ball, but it'll be a turnover. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got room on the return. He's inside the 40. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. it off. Fair catch called for and made. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The offense set for a first down play. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get it to the edge. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line. They go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And there's a couple parts to the lateral, right? It's when the guy's pitching it and you're hitting him and causing a bad pitch, or it's just a pitch. But either way, trying to get hands on the football, trying to disrupt the timing of the pitch, disrupt the timing of the catch. Nice job on the defense getting to the carrier fast to make something happen.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Power football with the run. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
It's really frustrating. Guy in a spot. He's in the hole. He's not doing his job. You can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. Couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one.
On the move. Touchdown, Bama! And that one will put him up here in the second half. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Man, is that dude fast. It is easy to see how this position is evolving more and more to have elite athletes and elite throws.
Reese, you say easy, I say annoying. Think about the defensive perspective. I got to guard the running back running. I got to guard the wide receivers. Oh, and now the quarterback's going to run? Well, here, you take the playbook and stop.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to...
Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown tie. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past, and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And you could tell the offense was trying to take a shot and really stress that safety. Sending one guy long, you better cover the deep ball, and then try to slip a guy.
He wants to go deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
that's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defense denying a big play as we play